What's up, you moneymaker and Hcmc army? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I talked about Hcmc, so today is the day I'm going to talk about Hcmc. We will review the recent trading price action, what it takes for Hcmc to 2x, whether it's still a good investment, what you should think about if you hold Hcmc, what are some upcoming catalysts, what are some upcoming events that you should be aware of, and what is going on. More than anything else, many people ask me whether Hcmc still is a good investment. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am a certified professional, so do your own due diligence. This is only for the entertainment purposes. I want to share the information, research, and analysis that I have done, hoping you can make informed financial decision. So do your own due diligence, research, and analysis. Hcmc is a sub-penny stock, rather it's an OTC stock. Risk versus reward is the game, and the play is pretty risky. So do not invest your entire portfolio or do not invest the money that will wake you up at night, because this can double, triple, quadruple. We have seen a strong community, but on the flip side, it can lose 50, 60, 70%. You know the game. Now, Hcmc, when it comes to the stock price, it is between 2 and 3 levels, as you already know. And it has been doing the same thing for many days over and over and over again. Take a look right here on the historical value. We see the level between 0.0002 to 3. 2 to 3 for many days, and that has been a continuous play. We have seen that it went to one level on December 28th, but since then it spiked up pretty low volume. In terms of the volume, it's below 500 million. But what you should think about when you think in terms of the catalysts that are coming up, there are a few things that is happening. The first and foremost is Hcmc and Phillip Morris lawsuit. Hcmc is pursuing Phillip Morris for the infringement of their particular patent. They filed a lawsuit in November 2020. The judge advised to close, so the case was dismissed. They went to the appellate process, so the appeal has been filed in December 2021. We do not really know when we will hear back more, but it should take a few more months before we can figure things out whether the judge decides to move this case further on the discovery phase, on the trial phase, so on and so forth. But the timeline is to be decided. More than anything else, we should also talk about the PTAB application. So the inter partes review has been instituted by the PTAB authority. That also happened in December 2021. Now, what that means is right now the patent is questionable, and the PTAB authority is reviewing the patent. They're going to hear from both the parties, Hcmc and Phillip Morris. It all boils down to the combustion process, and Phillip Morris is challenging the patent itself based on the prior art and what Hcmc holds in terms of the patent. So which is once again a pretty big deal. There could be a possibility that patent may not be valid for Hcmc if PTAB decides so. But it takes about 1 year. It can go beyond as well due to some of the backlog and some of the circumstances that PTAB can run into. So it could take 6 more months, or it could extend it 6 more months. Now, so all in all, it can take 1.5 years. But both of this decision, whether it's lawsuit or the PTAB application, both will take substantial amount of time before we can figure things out. So what you should focus on. By the way, I just wanted to ask you if you can hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That will be super helpful. I put a ton of energy, effort, and my time in building this video, hoping you can make informed financial decision. And in return, all I ask you is to just hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's both for free, so do help us out and support the channel. You can turn on the notification bell as well. We have been talking about a ton of penny stocks, OTC plays, including ILUS, CYBL, IFAN, IQST. We have been pretty successful channel in 2021. We have extended that in 2022. We are talking about a ton of cryptocurrencies as well. You can think about Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and or VeChain, one of the popular cryptocurrency on this channel. So if you want to follow this channel, just turn on the notification bell, subscribe, and click the like button. Don't forget that. What you want to know in terms of Hcmc, there are certain things if you put aside the lawsuit and PTAB application. But before that, I also wanted to say that Phillip Morris has been asking for the attorney fees, and that is substantial amount for Hcmc. Right now, HCMC has an extension. I'll keep you posted as to what happens. But here you can see in February, we have seen that on February 7th, provisionally sealed response opposition for the motion to leave the file matters under the seal. The notice basically plaintiff responses and objection to defendant's declaration exhibits in terms of their motion for attorney's fees filed by HCMC Healthier Choices Management Corp. And the judge said they have 14 days, I believe, to do their due diligence and their homework and get back to, and they can respond as well. So that's also one more thing into the mix, the attorney's fee on the top of this lawsuit, on the top of this PTAB application. Now, putting that lawsuit aside, what you should think if you already have HCMC, if you own HCMC, what they're up to. So HCMC announced this acquisition of Mother Earth's storehouse and organic and natural health and food vitamin chain in upstate New York. So they're expanding their footprint. They have 18,000 square feet already location in Florida. They also announced this licensing agreement with the Wellness Center, their first licensing deal. The year-end letter that you should also think about, because HCMC's CEO, and this was announced on December 27th, so we are eagerly waiting to see what the HCMC has to declare in terms of their financial earning that we are expecting that could be in March 2022. So after a month-ish from this point onwards, they are saying, finally, please know that we are exploring potential ways to modify our capital share structure in a way that will be more favorable to our shareholders. What they want to do is they want to grow their revenue basis. They want to have larger footprint in brick and mortar as well as online that we already have been experiencing, that they are pretty eager to get it done. And the second thing is they want to expand upon their intellectual property. And the third and last is increase their profitability by controlling EBITDA. On the top of that, they also have some of the acquisition with EIR Hydration, which is an IV therapy center. They have tie-ups with furthermore companies to expand their footprint. As an example, they have a tie-up with ATG Pharma's affiliate Six-Pack Solutions that happened June 24th. Right before that, also they had this Nui brand tie-up, which is a pre-filled Q-cup technology. They want to expand their footprint in Colorado as well. So you want to be aware of that. Precisely in November 15th, when they announced their third quarter earning for 2021, Q3 2021, they mentioned that they delivered an increased gross profit by resulting in a 19% reduction in operational loss year over year. They're controlling their EBITDA. They want to make sure that they're focusing more and more on bringing their costs and operation overheads down. They have the current cash and cash equivalent as of September 30th, 28.1 million. So they have massive cash on hand considering company and their overall market cap. If you take a look, their market cap is 85 million US dollars, while they're talking about 28 to 30 million dollars in cash and cash equivalents on their hand. So they can do miracles. The company can expand themselves super aggressively. They can put this cash to work. Don't forget that they also have some of the expenses around their lawsuit, PTAB applications, paying the lawyers, so on and so forth. Overall, their business strategy is like this. Number one, they want to attempt to expand upon monetizing their patent suite, which means they want to expand their IP portfolio. Second, they want to operate potentially and exponentially to expand upon their 6 health, food, and vitamin stores. They want to operate and expand as number 3 for 2 Healthier Choices Wellness Center. We have seen the acquisition, we have seen the licensing deal, we have also seen the aggressive growth model in terms of lowering the cost down. And lastly, they want to have new attractive business within their mission of healthier choices to add within their portfolio. They have divided themselves now into 4 different categories. The first one is HCMC's intellectual property holding that holds all the patent and portfolios that they have in terms of intellectual property. Now, it's hard to put the price around. So we do not really have a price tag, but it depends how it can be used and commercialized into the product and how the company can sell. The second biggest thing that is more profitable, more operating, bringing home revenue is their Healthier Choices Management Market. They have 18,000 square feet full service grocery store in Florida. They also have the vitamin store and online channels as number 3, that they want to expand their online footprint. And last but not least, the company also have the Choice Wellness Center that fits into the realm of what HCMC is trying to do. So if you own HCMC stock, you want to also know that there is a strong community behind it. On StockWits, you see almost 85,000 watchers, and we have continuously seen the message volume goes ups and down based on what HCMC is doing. Take a look. In January, we have seen lower messaging volume that goes up as HCMC is announcing licensing deals, acquisitions, so on and so forth. The most important thing I am waiting for, thinking that it can come up, the HCMC as a company can come up with some of the shares restructuring that can benefit the shareholders. Can it double, triple, quadruple? I think the price point right now we are looking at is 0.0002, so it can double or triple. It can go 50% plus or minus in just one day. So given that the price point is pretty low, there's the potential that HCMC can double or rather triple, because if you know that they have rights offering given to their common shareholders just before 6 or 8 months at 0.0010, which was the 5-day VWAP price that I covered in my previous video. All in all, I just wanted to say that it has a strong community. We probably might not want to focus a ton on their catalyst, on the lawsuit, because we know that the chances are thin. However, the company has done a pretty good in terms of the revenue and profitability. More than anything else, the company has close to $30 million cash and cash equivalent on their balance sheet. The balance sheet looks pretty healthy, and they can build a business even bigger and better that can impact the stock price regardless it's an OTC stock. So if you want to know that where you can trade, not every trading platform has HCMC as their stock that you can trade. You might want to find something that supports OTC trade. Write down in the comment section below if you have questions around where you can find HCMC for the trading, if you want to buy or sell. Now, if you think about in terms of the volume, I just covered a little bit. I just wanted to touch upon a little bit more that volume is a deficiency that you see on my screen. We are saying 324 million, 441 million, and pretty much below 500 million in terms of the volume. This was one of the very popular stock when we have seen the squeeze, the short squeeze last year, and we have seen close to 40 billion in terms of the volume. Yes, 40 billion if you're not aware of this stock. Now, this stock right now doesn't really have a ton of volume, so volume can definitely spike the price up. There is no doubt about it. But we need to see some of the positive catalysts. It could be somewhere around share restructuring. It could be some of the news around PTAB application and the PTAB review that is instituted, which turns out into favor of HCMC. However, the chances are pretty thin, and or something with the appeal process that HCMC has filed and following up. So you want to keep that in mind. But when you see the volume spike, likely to be the price could spike as well. But for many days, for at least last couple of months, we are seeing that the stock goes from 2 to 3 level, 50% up or down every single day. There are many swing traders, as I assume that people are buying and selling pretty rapidly, but we do not really see, once again, a huge volume. Definitely the catalyst is the lawsuit, but we are not expecting a ton out of lawsuit, and HCMC might be turned down by the judiciary system based on what we have seen historically. However, I'm not a lawyer, not an expert, by no way I'm a scientist, so do your own due diligence. Lastly, I wanted to sum it up as showing you what is the short volume looks like. Take a look. The short volume ratio is 25.87, which means we had seen the short FINRA volume of 324 or 325 million, and the short volume on last trading session that was on Friday, 84 million. That puts HCMC at 25.87 of short volume ratio, and we have consistently seen lower short volume ratio, so 100% the short volume is not really causing the dip that we see into the price point. However, we are focusing more on the earning that is going to be announced in March for the whole year 2021, and especially the Q4 2021. Company consistently has been doing between 3 to 4 million in terms of revenue. Take a look, Q3, 3.27 mil. June 2021, 3.39 million. March, 3.47 million. December last year, we have seen 3.23 million, regardless of the impact by the pandemic. The company's HCMC's Q Cup has been a product that is patented product and private confidential product into the market that has been consumed by many people. It's one of the very popular company on a very much smaller scale, whereas Philip Morris is $3 to $4 billion that the company has invested into their IQOS product. There is some hiccups around the sale of IQOS permitted within the United States. Once again, that's also a hiccup for Philip Morris because of certain lawsuit and some certain hurdles that came along the way with the IQOS product. However, Philip Morris has millions of users across the globe on their IQOS product, and they really can't afford to lose the product itself. However, Philip Morris is a multi-billion-dollar company and they are doing everything at scale. So if there is an opportunity by any means, HCMC can have a settlement with Philip Morris that can add a ton of value as well. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe as well. If you're feeling extra happy, turn on the notification bell and join the Patreon. We have a private Discord as well, and we can talk about a ton of penny stocks, OTC stocks, cryptocurrency, and many growth stocks. With that, I will see you in the next video.